Okay, I think that's good now. So, for those, let's see, how could I put this? So, like things, just letting you guys know. Trying to be quiet. My main thing is to do interviewing celebrities and stuff like that. My name's Anthony. That's my channel and everything. And just like my channel, Anthony Moore. So, I figured I felt like I needed to make this video to make it more clearer on for some people, especially like celebrities, maybe celebrity artists, whatever. Um, well, their managers anyway. I talked to I think his name's here, whatever, however you pronounce it. Um, the lead singer from Simple Plan. Um, might have been months back or sometime last year or something. I don't know. Off of um, I think it was last year. Off of what is it called? I welcome in. Um, what's it called? Um, I can't remember what it's called. Um, but yeah, I talked to him, and then he told me how to get a hold of his manager, and watch, I'll probably remember once I get done. Oh, I'm just trying to explain to I'm making a video or whatever to explain people about what I'm doing or what I'm hoping to do and all that stuff. I mean, it's like because it's kind of like a hassle. Um, I Fortnite. Maybe. Um, maybe. I mean, I gotta think about it. I gotta see how. Um, okay, thank you. Um, but yeah. So yeah, it's just kind of like starting to be like a hassle because I had to juggle. I'm kind of having to juggle about um paranormal investigating because I get views and lots of views and you guys like that. I mean, I kind of like it. I used to do it, but like that gives me lots of views and lots of do that. Oh, because I just I don't just um add I don't just like add or mod people. You know, they have to. I have to kind of get their vibes or whatever. It's nothing against you. It's just basically because if I was just to add mod random people, um, then that would just get all haywire. They might be like someone bad and ruining my thing. But it's my birthday. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Like I said, maybe. Well, happy birthday for one thing, and then it's just like maybe in the future. Okay, so far I have two mods or whatever, and so maybe in the future. Oh, this is awesome thing. Um, but anyway, yeah, I know you guys like paranormal investigating at the mausoleum, and I'm sorry that's like the only place we have here in Wichita that really allows us to paranormal investigate. That's free. I mean, there's um, Theorosis Bridge, but I don't like paranormal investigating there. It's just not really fun. There's nothing really there. Um, and but then again, Rambo's. Then again, I also want to do like exploring. Oh, thanks. Um, and kind of I'm trying to do like also interviews as well, to because that's so I that will put me out there more and stuff for that. So it's like I'm juggling either what do I do paranormal investigating today, like this day, whatever interviews this day, and and stuff. So I'm just like, well, and then it's just like because I don't want my feed to be basically nothing but paranormal investigating, nothing but this, whatever. I mean, I don't really mind it being nothing but interviews or, fun things and fun places like cons or whatever, because that's my goal. Um, Thanks for the thumbs up. Um, but, you know, so that's what this video is for. No, no. And so yeah, so like and I also do other things, so it's just like I don't want that's kind of why I'm piling it up. So like if because I do go to I'm probably gonna start going to more concerts next year as well. Again, I don't know. I'll have to see how everything rolls out. Um, and do meet and greets and stuff, and I think I was right. Um, that because I give like the celebrities, the artists, my cards, and you know they they probably check me out, and they also probably have their managers check me out. I'm pretty sure Michelle Branch's manager checked me out because I gave Michelle Branch a card. I gave I gave her two cards, one for herself and one for Avril. and then I guess I ended up giving her manager a card without uh I without knowing it. So I think they checked me out, but they're like, no, this guy has never done interviews. He's just some regular YouTuber or whatever, da 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 da. He has no experience, whatever, because he's never done it in da 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 da. I don't see any interviews. I just see these videos right here. Yeah, he's maybe a paranormal investigator, but otherwise, that no. So I think that's probably how I'm getting turned down. So, um, and there's that, and then and um and so yeah, then it's like the lead singer from Simple Plan. That's what the website's called. It's also an app, but they would rather you use their website. It's called Cameo. So I kind of talked to him on, kind of left him a message and stuff like that on Cameo, and he made a video responding. 'Cause I'm like, I want to start interviewing celebrity artists or whatever. Like, how do I go or whatever? I'm from Wichita, Kansas. So, like, how do I start? What do I do? Because I had a friend help me. He was helping me for a while. He um it, his name is Tom Lamb. He had his own magazine company, and um one was called Mega Metal Magazine, and then the other one was called In the Now. Then he passed away, I think it was last year or whatever, I don't know. But but then and like he scheduled a interview um with from with for me with Aaron from Ghost Adventures. It was supposed to be last year or whatever. Or it was um I don't know, maybe for a Christmas present or something like that, but it just got kept on getting changed because it's like um I think because he got sick, like Aaron Goodwin did or something. One of them. And then it's like he was too busy, got busy doing this, and I can't remember. And then it's like, oh, now they're shooting a new season of Ghost Adventures. So, and then it's like, then I left to Vegas last year to see Avril. So that kind of got in the way. But then I'm like, hey, he could come to my hotel. Zach Baggins Haunted Museum is in Las Vegas. So we kind of tried rearranging that, but that never happened. And then we finally got the date set and everything. And then, like, once we were pretty close to that date, just about ready to do it, and stuff, um, or, as it's getting closer and closer to that date, uh, Mr. Mega Metal Magazine passes, so it didn't end up happening. I don't think so. Um, that they knew that I also need to write Aaron a letter That's another thing before this year is over. Um, so that's that. And but anyway, um back to what the lead singer of Simple Plan said. He told me, he's like, well, maybe start with non-celebrity or whatever. And I'm like, um, well, that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been trying to, but lots of people been saying no. I mean, I was able to after a while. I kind of got the hang of it once I was doing it at cons or whatever. But just out of the blue, a lot of people just said no. Um, and um, but I mean, like this is just then I kind of got there's paranormal investigate or whatever, and want to take a break from that, and so um, and he gave me uh the lead singer of Simple Plan gave me his manager's email, how they could do it to get a hold of them and stuff like that, and all that stuff. And this was kind of around when Avril Lavigne was in the U.S. doing and stuff. They were still doing their tour with Avril Lavigne, whatever, somewhere in the U.S. And um, and so like I then it's like a couple months or whatever after might have been like after the Anime Fest, June or whatever, or sometime last month. I can't remember, but a couple months later of this year, I sent them an email doing da 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 da, tell them, hey, I'm interested in doing an interview with Simple Plan, da 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 da, would like to set one up because of this, da 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 da, telling the whole thing and giving them all the information and this. And then I didn't see any response from them, but then I like looked it up, kind of typed it in, and I got a response from them, from their manager, I guess. And it's like, um, and their response was like, um, don't ever contact us again. If we need something or any more want to hear from you again, then we'll let you know. We'll contact you. I'm like, oh, okay. But then again, I replied, I'm like, well, here, booby, here, or whatever. Um, the lead singer from Simple Plan told me to contact you guys, and this, and this, and this. He's the one who gave me this. Da 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 da. So I'm pretty sure they checked me out, and again, probably turned me down or whatever. So I've been wanting to um, get back with the lead singer of Simple Plan on the Cameo website, but I haven't really had the money time because I'm getting ready to go to TwitchCon in California. And this is 2025 TwitchCon, my first TwitchCon. So, yeah, I'm doing interviews for those that are new, and especially the celebrity artists, management, whatever, that um are checking me out, or and then in the future that will, whatever. Um, Not a lot goes on in Wichita, Kansas. I'm pretty sure you know that because you probably because of the singers you work with and stuff. You probably check all the things out when you're ready to start putting them on tour. Um, so and it's just not concert wise. It's basically just about everything. Kansas, Wichita, whatever is in a very exciting state. It don't really believe in fun or don't have really. I guess if you're an old person who's retired just kidding, or whatever, you just want quiet, you can move to Kansas. You don't want all this what us young people call fun. No offense. um, but um, so yeah, so basically, I'm doing interviews and stuff like that. Yes, I'm a YouTuber, but I'm working my way up. I am doing interviews, so I don't know when um when you'll what will be posted by the time you watch this or see this, whatever. Will it be like an interview, a top whatever, or by the time you check me out, or will it be something else, like paranormal investigating or whatever? I don't know, but yeah, I do interviews. I try to do interviews all the time and do different stuff, but on the side when nothing's going on and nothing's available, that's why then I'll do paranormal investigating. That's why you see paranormal investigating because nothing's going on in Wichita, Kansas. Wichita, Kansas. So, and to accept, so the only thing to do and to keep my people happy is to do other things like paranormal investigating or whatever. Um, and when I'm not really on or doing that, then I'm basically dashing. But yeah, like this is that's my thing, I paranormal investigate on the side, but I do mainly try to do interviews and I'm working on interviews whenever I go live. So if you see like a video that's new or recently posted and it's paranormal investigating, um just look in my older, ones. Don't just be like, oh, all I see right here, this is his first video, or I see these three videos, whatever. Um, so that means, or he's getting the most views on paranormal. That means he's a paranormal investigator. You could scroll down. I have other videos than just paranormal investigating that I do interviews. I interviewed a couple people at PAX East. I interviewed a couple people at um, Anime Fest. Um, I was gonna interview some people at WSU at the WS school, but I mean, I didn't really want to bug them too much. I didn't really know who wanted to be on camera or not, so I just basically did like a little tour or whatever. But I did talk to some kids or whatever, but um and so I and then next month I will be hopefully doing some interviewing at TwitchCon in California, San Diego, California. I think that's right. Yeah. Which this will probably be the last one. First and last time I'm going to TwitchCon because California is expensive. So, and it's just a big hassle, pain in the butt to get my money up again. So, other ones I might do next year, like PAX East, I might do again. I don't know. But PAX West, I plan on doing next year since I didn't go this year. Another reason why I'm not going to go to TwitchCon ever again is because PAX West and TwitchCon are like so close together. You know, PAX West just got over with. I think it was like yesterday or whatever. And next month is TwitchCon, and that's California. PAX West was in Washington. So it's like if I went to PAX West, then once I got back, I would have to start the money train all over again, doing DoorDashing, Uber Eats, and all that stuff all over again, you know, and trying to get my money built up again. And by the time TwitchCon comes, I wouldn't be able to go because that wouldn't be enough money. Because I'd need money to pay for so much money for my hotel, need so much money for my flight. I'd need so much money for um to go. I think it was like 300 and something. That's with the block party, TwitchCon. Then the hotel, I think probably like the cheapest hotel or whatever. There was like 900 and some dollars and 12 cents or whatever. And um and so then it's like after TwitchCon is what's it called? Another Con, but I think it's PAX Unplugged. That's what it's called. PAX Unplugged, and that's in November. And I think that's like in no, not. Let's see. PAX West was in Washington, California. And then I think PAX Unplugged is in one of the P's. I can't remember. Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, whatever. I don't know. Maybe Australia? I don't know. I can't remember. And I can't look it up because I'm using my phone. Um I thought there was one in Australia, but I don't know. Maybe there's one in that, and then there's one in Australia. So that's one in USA, and then that's the PAX Unplugged. There's another PAX Unplugged in Australia. I don't know, but so yeah, next will probably be like meet and greet concert, depending on who's playing. Um, then PAX West, and who knows, maybe PAX Unplugged or something. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, so I do ghost hunting. I'm probably gonna paranormal investigate on the side when nothing's going on. Stuff on my free time, or But yeah, my main thing is interviews. So just because I don't have a lot of interviews things on here or whatever, um, doesn't mean I do not know how to interview, that I'm not a person that does interviews or whatever, that I'm just some YouTuber or whatever. Um, that's just, I don't know. But I mean, I have some pretty good questions. You know, some are gonna be there's some different ones that are gonna be like just different ones for different celebrities, different artists, whatever. And then there's just gonna be um some that are basically just all the same questions for each one. And those will be the ones that everybody's gonna be wanting to know about those artists. And I'm not gonna make whoever doesn't want to say or doesn't want to answer whatever, say that answer the question, I guess you could say, or even if they really don't know or whatever, I'm not gonna be like, yes, you do, da 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 da. Don't let stuff. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay, cool. So you don't know, or okay, cool. You don't want to comment on that. That's fine. Okay, cool. Next question. You know. Um, so yeah, that's just one of the things, I am trying to break the ice, and all you guys watching, whatever, like the whether it be the um YouTube, or whether it be um whoever, like the celebrity or celebrity artist manager or whatever, you guys got to realize that you got to build your way up, you know. You got to remember, you got to build your way up. You can't just expect a person to be like, know everything about something, like can't just expect a person to have interviewing stuff on his YouTube or whatever when he says he wants to interview, um, or start interviewing celebrities, you know, keyword start, not did, are used to, start interviewing celebrity artist or whatever, because I never did, but doesn't mean I do not know how, and to be put out there and, you got to work your way up. You got to you got to learn. I think people forgot that. They just expect people to know how to do things off the bat, and it's just like, no. You got to start before you can finish. I guess that's a good saying. I don't know if I made that up or what, or heard that somewhere. I don't know. I don't want to claim it, but if it's somewhere. But yeah, you got to start uh something before you could finish. I think there's a similar saying. It's like you got to start the race before you could finish the race, or something like that. But it's I'm wanting to get into interview, like I said. I mean, it kind of took me a while to get into. I mean, I kind of always wanted to do paranormal investigating in the past. Like I always wanted to do it, but it took me a while to figure out the whole shebang. I didn't know right off the bat. I knew some stuff, but I wasn't an expert. I didn't know like right off the bat, like um, you know, like others do. I had to get some of my experience from going on ghost tours, ghost adventures, ghost hunters, and stuff, and this and this and this. Some friends that actually do know how to paranormal investigate it. And yeah, after a while, I mostly watched just ghost adventures and all that stuff. So that's how I learned. Then I did it myself and worked my way up. I mean, I'm pretty sure Aaron Goodwin, Zach Baggins, and whatever didn't know how to paranormal investigate at first. It probably took them a while. Probably even took them a while to be famous as they are now. So yeah, you guys gotta remember that, the people you manage or with whether it be for Simple Plan, Michelle Branch, Avril Lavigne, um, whichever artist, you know, they weren't as good as they are, you know, when they first, well, I'll just say they weren't as popular or whatever, or weren't celebrities or whatever when right away, and stuff. Um, they had to work their way up to get to the top to where they are at now. It just wasn't, oh, pop, I'm famous now. It's not like it wasn't um it wasn't a, I guess, Miley Cyrus birth to where pop, oh, I'm famous now. Miley Cyrus is famous because, at least that's what I heard. She's famous because of her dad, I guess. I don't know. That's basically what made her famous or something like that. I don't know. But, like, it took Avril Lavigne had to work her way up. I mean, she always had a good voice and this and that, but because she um sang at fairs with her dad and grandpa, and she sang at her torch at her church, can't talk, at her church choir, um and and basically just even sang at home, sang and stuff like that. And then it, they heard her voice, whatever, and like, hey, we like your voice, da 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 da. And that was like 17, and she didn't even finish high school because of her career. I was like, oh, your voice is cool. We like your voice. We want you to be a country singer. We want you to be the next Taylor Swift, or we want you to be a country singer like Taylor Swift. And Avril Lavigne's like, no, heck no. I want to be a rock and roll chick. But yeah. So you gotta realize all your artists that you're helping out now or whatever, um, as well as everybody else in this world, they gotta work their way up. If they want to be start doing interviews and all that stuff, then and they ask you, be like, hey, could we interview this person, Simple Plan, or this person, or this person? Um, Whether it's just a YouTuber like me or whatever, then um say yes, I guess, set up a thing, contact me like, okay, yeah, we'll da 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 da, we'll be able to do it this day, da 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 da, and things like that, you know. Don't just be like, oh, this person has no interview contact, like content or whatever. So he don't know what he's doing. I don't really have scripted interviews, so some of them might be shorter than others, some might be longer than others. I don't know. I just ask what comes to mind. And again, I won't ever make people say what they want to say. I mean, I might ask something that um might be personal or something. I don't know. Just depends. Might that they might consider personal, whatever, or won't be able to tell, but they could just be like, I don't feel comfortable answering that question, or no, I'm sorry, I can't answer that question, or whatever. Like, "Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, fans, she can't answer, or they can't answer this, whatever." And da 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 da. We'll move on to the next question. Like, one of my questions for them would be like, if they're having like a tour or something, getting ready to, I hear they're having a tour, and I catch them before the tour. I'll be like, okay, so are you guys gonna have any meet and greets for this tour? For the fans that want to know and meet you, will you guys be having meet and greets? And sorry, I'm kind of tired and just got back. I don't know. And I'm pretty sure they would tell you, be like yes or no or whatever. Or who are you guys? Will these people be there or whatever? Or um and um or maybe like how often do you have meet and greets? Do you have them like every tour or this whatever? You know, do you think you'll ever go here or come here and stuff? Or do you think, like in the future or whatever? Um, so yep, that's um, like in the people your for your fans. Do you got a fan mail? What is your fan mail? How will they send you fan mail? If they don't want to answer, fine. If so, then yeah, there you go. You guys would have the fan mail. But yeah, you could talk to the lead singer of Simple Plan on Cameo. I think their drummer or whatever is also on there, as well as some other artists. I wish that Avril Lavigne would jump on Cameo, would get on Cameo. That would be cool. I'd spend my money on her or whatever, a lot, whatever, because I like Avril, as you could see in the background, you know, right there, and then right there, and a pillow right there, and posters. Avril Lavigne, right there. That poster right there, that's her real autograph from Head Above Water. Yeah, see? Um, so yeah, I like that'd be cool if Avril Lavigne was on Cameo, and as well as um and Atlantic. I think their manager should have them go on Cameo. That would be a good way to react with the fans and stuff. I think basically every celebrity artist or every celebrity whatever, everyone should be on Cameo, and that would be cool. So be a pretty good way to. Oh yeah, and another question I'd probably ask is like, what are all the socials you are on for the ones that don't know or whatever, or just to clarify, what are all the socials are you on? Um, because there's some people that act like you or say that they're you when they're not. And I guess which ones do you use the most? Which one do you check the most? Who's like which one would you respond to the most or whatever, you know? Who's in are you do you do the socials or does it your manager or or something like that, you know, questions like that. And also like if same scenario, if they want to answer, good. If not, then that's fine too. I don't see why they wouldn't, but you know, but yeah, that's just so yeah, I gotta work my way up. I'm doing interviews, but on the side I'll be paranormal investigating. So again, nothing's changing. I'm mostly doing interviews. But when there's nothing to do, nothing going on in Wichita, I'll be paranormal investigating to, you know, keep my viewers happy or whatever, you know, and because I enjoy it too as well. But yeah, not a lot goes on Wichita, Kansas. We hardly have anything going on. So ever. It's not a fun state. Um so yeah, like I think that's basically it. And I'll be busy this whole month trying to make money and get ready for next month when I go to California and meet a lot of Twitch streamers and meet Lights Out Lens and stuff like that. And that will be um that will be um yeah, that will be it or something like that. Yeah, so hopefully you guys watch this so you understand and remember, maybe it will make you remember that things have to, people have to, everything works itself way up. People have to work their way up on everything. They don't know. They just can't have content there out of the blue. Just be like, okay, go in the future, and then come back or whatever. Hey, in the future, in the year this da 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 da, I'm gonna wanna get into interviews and this and that da 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 da. So I'm gonna quit my paranormal investigating right now. Well, I'm interested and it's cool and all that stuff of paranormal investigating and not really that interested in interviews right now, but I know I will in the future, in the year whatever, and make a quick interview thingy for when I am for the year da 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 when I do decide to do interviews. And now after that, I could go back to paranormal investigating. Like I can't tell. That's just like what I tell my job. Told my old job one time because they're stupid. It's like, okay, you got the schedule. You're scheduled on these days, da 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 da. And you're a good worker. You get to work on time. If not on time, then early. You stay late, da 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 da. And then it's like you know what time when you should ask off if you want off or da 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 da. But like, okay, your schedule is in. Now you work on these days. And then on one of these days, once the schedule is already made, basically like you could be like the day that it's work, whatever that you work. Let's say on one of the days you work, it's just like you feel sick. You get sick, whatever, you know. And then it's just like so you call in, you're like, I'm not feeling very good, da 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 da, I'm sick, da 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 da, and this and that. And then they're like, well, you I'm sorry to hear that, but like unless you find somebody to work with for you, you still have to come in. You know, like okay, I'm sick. It's like, well, like I already have you scheduled, but so you either find somebody to work for you. If you're not, then you have to come in since I already have you scheduled. Then you start calling, hey, no, 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 and everybody says no, and you're like, you know, it's like it's not like I planned to be sick on this day. I couldn't be. I can't tell the future to be like, I'm gonna be sick on this day. Better ask go while I still can. They kind of did that basically with a family member too. I was working, then all of a sudden, family member passed. You know, and then it's just like, hey, my family member passed away in Colorado, so we're leaving. My parents are leaving to go to Colorado on this to the funerals these days. Da 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 da. So, could I have off? No, you gotta work. I already have you scheduled. If you can't find anybody to work for you, you still gotta work. And it's just like, but it's like you should have thought of that. You should have asked off if you want. You got, like, um, my family member died. It's not like I planned for him to die on this day. It's not like I knew he was gonna die on this day and I waited. I mean, that's not funny, but like, still, you get what I mean. It's like, so one of the best customers, top customers, whatever you want to call them, is like, you should let him. Why? Why are you making him work on these days? He has a family member that passed away, and what you should let him go, to the funeral and this and that, whether he could find someone or not. You know, so they ended up letting me go. But it's like whatever. But I mean, I didn't realize I didn't plan on making this video this long. But yeah, so yeah, I'll be paranormal investigating on the side, whatever. It'll be at the same place for you guys to just letting you guys know. I mean, most likely. Um, I might go to some museums as well. Maybe when I get back, maybe next year or something. I don't know. And because I'm gonna call California the most expensive state in the world, because I even looked it up on Google. It's like, what's the most expensive state in the world? The most expensive uh, state in the U.S. is Hawaii and then California. I'm like, no, not like uh, I doubt Hawaii is, but so I'm just gonna do California, whatever. Well, I think it first said California, and then it's just like, no, not in the U.S. What's the most expensive state in the world? And it's like the most expensive state in the U.S. is California, like Hawaii. And then it said California, and I'm like, in the world, not the U.S. I don't care about what's the most expensive state in the US. I know California is the most expensive state in the US. I mean, I said in the world, but okay, it keeps on saying it's one of the most expensive state in the US. So, but it's not saying what most expensive state in the world, unless the other countries don't have states. I don't know. um, but um, So I'm like, I'm just gonna say California is the most expensive state in the world. Yeah, so yeah, I got to get my money up there, and then like maybe I might take some breaks. I don't know, and maybe go to a few museums or something. But yeah, my main job, YouTuber, whatever job, is interviews, and I'm gonna go wherever, like the cons, to get interviews and stuff like that. Paranormal investigating, I do that on the side when there's nothing to do. That's just a side job thingy from now. So again, you see paranormal investigating, that means nothing's going on. So yeah, it's just a little fun thingy. And I kind of want to do it again or go do some other things, but you know what's I gotta work that money up. So October, I think I'll be leaving on the 16th. So October 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th, I'll be gone. So I always leave on the day ahead. So I think the con is 17th, 18th, and 19th. But I'm not sure how much I'll be on this time. I'm going to try to be on basically once a day or something like that. But since is going to be a lot more people that I want to meet, more people. I'll just say periods, like streamers that are going to TwitchCon than there was PAX East. Um, like I'm gonna have to seek them out, you know. Well, at the same time, find some time to record, tour, whatever, interview. Like, I think I kind of planned it out, but I'm like, hopefully, my brain keeps it together. So, because I want to spend as much time with my friend Lights Out Lens as I possibly can. She's going to be working, doing her media thing, whatever. Um, and I just don't like. I might ask her, like, hey, you're a photographer. Um, and I'm a streamer. You take pictures, and I stream when I go places here. Sorry. So it's like, how are you getting the press pass? How do you get the press pass? What do you say or do when you're an independent photographer to get the press pass? And I'm like basically an independent streamer, journalist, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. YouTuber, whatever. However you want to put it. And I can't get the press pass. They say I don't qualify. How do you qualify when all you take is pictures? And how do I not qualify when I'm a streamer? We both work for ourselves, kind of. But yeah. So yeah, because they said I didn't qualify. I asked for like a press pass. I'm like da 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 da. Did I have a press pass? And so I guess they looked into my content and they're like, no, you don't qualify for a press pass. You know, da 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 da. You know, because I filled out the thing, and you're like, no, you don't qualify. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then I asked a friend, a streamer, whatever that kind of knows a little bit. I was like, well, um, how do you qualify, or what do you need to do to qualify for a press pass or TwitchCon or whatever? It's like, well, to able to qualify for a press pass, you have to work for like a certain thing, a certain company, like so and so or whatever, like a big company, whatever, like the actual thing, like CBS, whatever, like big, huge company. You have to work for a company and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I didn't argue that I figured she knew. I'm just like, oh. But then I emailed them back ticked off. I was ticked off, and plus I emailed him back. I'm like, how do I how does my friend Lights Out Lens qualify and I do not qualify? When all she does, how does she qualify for a press pass? She's independent. She has her own little job thingy. She don't work for anybody except for herself. All she does is take pictures. And I'm the same way. I'm independent. When I do this, I work for myself, basically YouTube, whatever. And I'm streaming. I'm live. I'm not taking pictures. I'm actually interviewing people live. So how do I not qualify for a press pass? And she does. She just goes around, says hi, makes new friends, and does her own thing, takes pictures, da 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 da. And yeah, she qualifies. And I go around saying hi, talking to people, basically do the same thing, but I do interviews and I'm live and this and that and film and I talk to people while interviewing and da 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 da. But yeah, I don't qualify. What's the deal? What's missing? Do I just have to take pictures? Do what Lindsay does? Just take pictures? Not, you know, but that's the thing. Yeah, that's another thing for also Twitch. TwitchCon. You need to get with it. I'm sorry, YouTube, that I mentioned other things in here, but yeah. I kind of understood about PAX East why they say I didn't qualify for a media badge because that was my first time and they weren't really sure. I guess they wanted someone familiar and they were yet nice about it and this and that, excuse me. And they wanted someone, someone who, whatever. So basically, it's just like a little, okay, this guy wants a media pass. Let's see how good he is before we give him da 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 da. He could get one next year or next packs, whatever. Depends on how good he does. Because, I probably could have got a media badge for PAX West and gone to both if my brain didn't just Jenga and collapse. So I might try to get one with PAX Unplugged. I don't know, depending on how much money. I guess I could write that down. I think I might put that in my calendar or write that down. Come back from TwitchCon. PAX Unplugged. This day. Da 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 da. November. Whatever. Put a request in for media badge or whatever on this day. But I don't know because I would do that now or I would have done that as soon as possible, but I don't know how much money I'm gonna have left by the time I get back. So, but yeah, sorry, I kind of get off topic and whatever. But yeah, so I'm doing interviews. I'm a little interviewer thing channel, whatever, and I do interviews as well as other things as you see in my older videos. But now I'm mostly just doing interviews and traveling and doing paranormal investigating. So again, I've done interviews before, so check out my older content. If you don't believe me, scroll down. This thing does scroll on my videos. You could scroll up and down, and there's interviews at the Anime Fest. There's interviews at PAX East 2025. It says PAX East interviews. I have talked to a couple people at WSU, not really as much as I hoped or whatever, but still, yeah. So there you go. Now I'm getting ready to do TwitchCon and do interviews there or whatever, you know? So just a reminder, you gotta think. People don't expect someone to have, if they want to do something or start doing something different, don't expect them to have a video right away of them doing it, you know? So you gotta give it a while, keep checking or whatever, you know? Maybe give them a chance or something. Because places like Wichita, Kansas, not a lot of people, I guess, like being interviewed. They're just like, no, unless it's at an event. So, thanks for watching. Hi guys. I'm about to leave. Thanks for the likes. And I will catch you next time. I don't know, maybe I might go and play some Marvel Rivals. I don't know. But yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.